Hey, what's up you guys? Gediminas here. Hope you guys are doing fantastically well. Welcome to Financial Freedom TV, and today I wanted to talk about the true sign of learning. How to know that you're truly learning something? Because a lot of people say they're learning, but they're not learning. And I'm going to give you a very simple answer to that. So if you're watching a replay of this, please do me a massive favor and stick hashtag replay into the comments. If you're brand new, if you're watching one of my videos for the first time, please do say new in the comments as well, because I'd love to welcome you to the tribe. And if you get value from this or you learn something, feel free to share it. Maybe somebody else will get some value too. So how do you know you learn something? When you read a book, have you learned something? What about if you watch a video? Have you learned something then? Or maybe if you attend a seminar and spend 2-3 days at the seminar, that's when you really learn something. Is that right? How do you know that you've learned something? Well, actually, the best way to tell that you've learned something is when you change. Is when there is a change in you, that's when you really learn something. You see, if you read a book about quitting smoking and you don't quit smoking, have you really learned? No. You just read the book. That's all you did. But you carried on smoking, right? So there was no change in your life. That means you didn't learn. You see, there's a lot of people who I like to call information junkies. They read books, they attend seminars, they watch trainings, Zooms, they go to events, etc. But they're not doing anything. Their life is not changing. There's no impact on their life, which means they're not learning. They're just consuming information, but they're not learning. If you truly learn something, is the only way to measure that is by the change in your life. Now, there might be change in your business, maybe change in your sales, change in your recruiting, change in your whatever, right? But you observe a change. That's when you've learned something. Because if there's no change, if you read a book and you haven't done anything, if you watched a seminar and you haven't applied it, then it's worthless. Then it's useless. It didn't achieve what it was supposed to achieve, because your life should have changed as a consequence of watching that video or reading that book, etc. So instead of just blindly consuming information all day long, I would highly advise you to start making few types of notes when you're observing something, right? Now, whenever you're learning, I highly advise to take notes, right? Like my office is full of notebooks, because everything, whether I'm watching a video or attending a seminar or whatever, if I'm reading a book, I'm reading it with a highlighter, right? And I'm marking it up, right? Because I'm making notes. I'm constantly making notes. But the advice I would give you is, when you're watching a training, make few types of notes. First type of notes is things you're going to apply. So put a star next to it, underline it, do whatever you can. Because if you go to a 3-day seminar, there's going to be so much information, you're going to forget all the information that you've learned. So as you're making your notes, you should be making signs of, I'm going to put this in practice, I'm going to put this in practice, If you're just watching like an hour's video, just choose one thing. What's one thing I'm going to do as a consequence of watching this video? What's one thing that I'm gonna use as a consequence of watching this video? Not just like, oh yeah, great, watched another video, good to me, well done to me, I watched another video. Who cares? You might as well then watch some comedy, watch a movie, whatever, right? Because if you ain't gonna do anything about it, why waste your time on it? You know what I mean? So first type of notes you should be marking out is things you're going to do, right, as a consequence of it. So every training you watch, every audio you listen, every seminar you attend, you should do something because of that, because you attended that. And don't get overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, it was a 3-day seminar, 1,000 ideas, don't even know where to start, so I'm going to do nothing. Now, that's not the wisest idea, right? Just think, what's one thing that I'm going to go and apply? So that's one. Second type of notes you should be doing is what you're going to teach. What ideas you could share with other people as well, right? So like my notebooks all the time are full of ideas that I can share. That's how I come up with topics for these videos. That's how I come up with topics for my courses. That's how I come up with topics for my speeches, right? Through learning and thinking, oh, you know, this was interesting to me, I bet it would be interesting to somebody else. Oh, this was useful to me, I bet it would be useful to somebody else. And I constantly get these ideas and make them, you know, mark them up in my notes so that I can apply. Even this video, I had an idea for this video today because I was attending another seminar. Somebody said something and I was like, ooh, need to write this down and share this idea, right? So always think, am I truly learning something? And the way to tell if you're truly learning something is that your life is changing because of it. There's a change in your life. There's a change in your behavior. There's a change in your results. That's when you know that you've learned something, okay? That's my tip for today, guys. Hope you got some value. If you did, feel free to share it. And if you also like some more training for network marketing, click the link in the description of this video and you'll find some cool stuff there. Have a great rest of your evening and I'll see you at the top. Bye for now.